Yep.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the No Boundaries crew. We in the building, man. Just my opinion. The whole, half the crew is in the building,
Right.
but we here, man, and it's going down. It's crazy, I mean, just last week we did a show, and it's very interesting that this COVID-19 situation, man, still has us confined to the house. The malls are closed. The only thing really is open is the grocery stores.
And
you know,
Home Depot.
and Home Depot. I mean, that's the only thing that's open right now.
For real.
But since everybody is at the house, we got young Juan Fuego in the building. What up, Juan?
What up? What up? How y'all doing?
All right, man. And we also got Pastor Zaid, Pastor
Come on, man.
Zaid.
See how you messing up my name because
Yeah,
you
I'm
trying to
messing it
say
up.
pastor? Come on, man. Come on, man. What's
Yeah,
good with
yeah.
y'all, man? Peace, peace, peace.
All right, so we got the fellas in the building today, and we're gonna jump off. We're gonna do confessions, and then we're just gonna talk about this COVID-19, kind of like what's going on in your world, being confined to the house, what's happening, how's it affecting the family, and all that stuff. So we're gonna just have a fun, enjoyable conversation in this episode. Uh, Tata should be here, so she usually helps me out and telling me what episode to pick.
I think we on episode. This is gonna be episode
Look,
season 2, episode 10, I believe.
see,
Okay,
we look.
so
What they say it's a man's world, but we couldn't do nothing. Nothing.
yeah, man. So she usually helps me out, but hey, there it is, man. Thank you, young Juan Fago. Appreciates that.
No
You
problem.
know what
No
I'm
problem.
saying?
I think
Hey,
they must.
man.
They
So
and they can't be traveling, right?
right,
Yeah, they at home.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, they
Hey, yeah,
should
because
be.
usually I would say they was like maybe they went to Cancun or something like
Right,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
right.
But since hey, they could have took a flight. I mean, flights now are like cheaper than $40
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
This
they
is
are.
true. This is true.
But if you want to take that chance of going through the airport and getting on that flight,
Yeah, yeah, though.
Yeah.
you better run.
I had to go down to Houston to get my daughter, and it was 8 people on the flight.
Oh
Ooh,
my
wee.
God.
Yeah, it was 8 people,
Yo,
bro.
that's
And
crazy.
crazy is we made 8 because our flight wasn't supposed to leave till like 6 o'clock that night. And when we got there maybe a little bit before 5, and it was a flight leaving at like 10 minutes after 5. I was like, "Is that flight full? Can we get on that?" They was like, "Yeah, you can go ahead and get on." And we made 8,
Listen,
bro.
Juan, you know that flight wasn't full.
Well, I didn't know if they had closed the doors yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's what I meant. So yeah, I knew it wasn't
yeah.
full, but I just didn't know if they had closed the doors yet.
Right. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Well, Juan, since you opened up the door, let's get into confessions right now. And normally we start the show with confessions, and confessions normally is just about something that's happened to you, either something funny, something crazy, something that upset you, or just anything that just happened to you in this week. We're gonna jump off with confessions, and once again, normally Tata has the music for the confessions.
Oh yeah,
Right,
I didn't
right.
even have it ready. My fault. My
Oh
fault.
man.
It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. But we're gonna jump off with confessions. We're gonna start with you, Juan Fuego.
Well, I guess my confession is that drive back from Houston, bro. Normally it's
Look at
like
my
a
Dukes.
huh?
Shout out to
usually
moms, yo.
usually it's like a 22-hour drive, right? And what we normally do is we will stop in El Paso because from Houston to El Paso is about 12 hours. And I had my wife and daughter with me, and I was like, I told them I drove from Houston to El Paso, which it took me about 11 hours. And I told them, I said, hey, we can either stay the night, and get up and leave early in the morning and finish it out another 12 hours, or y'all give me 3 hours each. If you give me 3 hours each, I'll bring us on home. They ended up giving me 5. Um, and I got me some rest, and I got home about. We left Houston like 12 o'clock midday, and we got home right at 9 o'clock in the morning the next day.
Hey, so on this ride, did anything crazy happen on the ride? Did you see something that was just like, I
Ju-
can't believe this is going on?
no, it was really not a lot of people, on the road. Just a lot of dead deer, bro, on the side of the
Dead
road.
deer?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, they have those deer crossings, and it's just nothing but flat land out there, right? Coming through
Mm,
Texas. So if you look on the side of the road, you see deers that done got hit and ended it all right there. Amarillos, possums, stuff like
mm.
that. But other than that, didn't see a lot of police. I think maybe I saw maybe about 3 police that were out there. So that was it, man. Nothing outrageous this time.
Wow. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, to see, I mean, if you're not used to it, but
Right.
just seeing dead deer on the side
Yeah.
of the road
Yeah.
or on the road, like
Right.
that's crazy. And
Yeah.
you
We
realize, like, if they actually hit your car, man, they
oh
do
yeah.
some
Oh
damage.
yeah. Oh
Damage.
yeah. We As we were coming back, we went through San Antonio, and we had to stop at the grocery store. And it's nothing like out here, bro. I mean, it's almost like there was no pandemic. I mean, it was stocked.
Mm,
People was in there. It was just like, they still had the distance between each other, but I mean, it wasn't no shortage of nothing in Texas.
wow.
That
Wow.
see, isn't that crazy?
Real crazy. Real crazy.
Like,
But I think I like when you mentioned that, I'm thinking it's got to be like almost a state to state kind of thing. Whereas like California, we might be putting more pressure or more emphasis on shutting things down. Where other people, like you said, they still are keeping a distance, but shutting it down and this crazy,
Well, and then
hoarding stuff. It's like,
I think you also got to look at per capita, right? They
mm,
probably don't have as many people for the area.
right,
Texas is huge, bro. You know what I mean? And it's
mm,
really
yeah.
spread out. So they may have in the state itself, they may have a comparable number of people, but for the area, it probably isn't. We
mm,
we packed in here. You know what I mean? And
Oh
there's
right,
yeah.
only so much that we can do and we can go and get.
And that's what they say about New York too.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's packed up on top of one another,
right.
and that's why the number is so high right now. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and was just saying you have a lot of New Yorkers that literally at the end of the day, some of them are acting like this is not serious. They
Yeah,
still hitting the
mm,
streets, out and about, doing their thing.
right,
And knowing you're seeing the numbers, you're seeing the news, that the numbers are really high in New York, and they say like L.A., California is not that far behind New York,
right.
so it should be hitting us pretty soon. But yeah, I mean the fact that we're trying to do the best that we can to be safe, and that's all I ask. Just make sure that we all are safe. Zaid, what's up
yes,
with
sir.
your confessions, homeboy?
Oh man, you know,
He didn't even
I don't
think of
have too
one. He
many
don't even got
confessions.
one.
Yeah, I got to think of one.
Don't you don't
Really,
don't use the
without
one from yesterday
which one was that?
when we had that 20 grand.
Hey, Walt, boy, go have me turned, man. Hey, come on, man.
Hey, I saw that picture.
Yeah, yeah, you got to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but my confessions, man. I mean, not being able to get out the house. There's not a lot of things that you could talk about. Um, but I will say this, as far as like relationship wise, with the kids and everything like that, being confined to your house and maybe going outside and riding a bike or whatever. Um, the emotional roller coaster that you've go through. And for us, being married, it's been a love. I don't like you. get out my face,
Getting on my
and then I
nerves.
love you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, and then the same thing with the kids too. And I mean, it's to be expected or understood from everybody, with, um, which is almost, and now that I think about it and reflect on it, um, almost not a good thing, almost not to want to, or not being used to having all of this time with your family, because most of us
Right.
are super busy. So it's almost like me saying that there's a problem with us being confined in the house all day, and I'm upset about it or have different emotions about it. That's kind of crazy. But even just now, um, like we just ate dinner, and what Trina was saying was, my wife was like, 10 years from now, like these, our daughters are gonna look back to this time, and they might not know what's going on as far as the pandemic or all this stuff that's going on, but they'll remember the times where dad was home all day,
Right.
mom was home all
Mm-hmm.
day and spent the time, and like those are the things that they'll remember. They won't remember this tragedy stuff, hopefully, because I hope that it doesn't touch close to home. But at the same time, they'll know that we were together and got to spend time together, and all that good stuff. So
Because it's an adjustment for everybody, right? And the adjustment that you're not even, I guess, maybe thinking of or realizing is when they do open the schools back, when things go back to normal, you might get the question of, well, why aren't we staying at home? Why,
right,
you
Right.
know what I mean? Well,
right,
why you got to go back to work? You know what I mean? Stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And, you know,
and that's
I
go
feel
ahead,
you
go
on
ahead.
that though, Juan, because I think me and you talked about this too. I was just saying, like, you know how funny it is right now that they were saying for years you couldn't do work at home, and
Right.
now all of a sudden with everything going on, you can work from home now. That
Right.
Right,
they're
and
making
piggyback
the
on that,
adjustments. Yeah,
and the
they're
piggy
making
and the
adjustments so that you can.
and to piggyback on that, just think about the schooling. Like, I know they gave the kids packets and stuff like that, but as far as the high school level, like teachers are putting work online. You're able to do the work online. So for some people, I might think that they might say, listen, if you're able to do this online, why would we go back?
Right.
Yeah,
Why
but you
would
know
I
what
think
though?
of that?
See, I don't. That might be a little hard because you
Well, I mean, it's
know,
no different than homeschooling.
yeah, but do you okay? You being working for the school system, do
Yeah.
you think that would be a good idea? Do you think a lot of kids would actually thrive in that, or do you think
Well,
they'll fall back?
Well, I'll tell you this, because I work in the special ed department, I know that they're probably struggling for sure without having the help there on a regular basis. Like, of course, it's just like anything. It's just like college or whatever. Those kids that are focused and driven, they're gonna do their work. They're not gonna need that extra push that some people might
Right,
need.
right.
Um, but most of the kids that I've talked to, like they just miss their friends. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like they don't miss school. Like they're doing their work. Like they just miss their friends. Like I don't get to interact with and I thought about that too. My babies, they young. They got
Right.
each other and get to play, but like I could call you. You know what I mean? We could FaceTime each other stuff. Who they gonna call?
Right.
Or who
Right.
Right.
can they really interact with like they would at school? So
Right.
Yeah.
um and then you think about if you play sports, of course you want to be at school, things like that. But for some kids, I think that they wouldn't mind, doing their work
Well,
online.
you do know if you're an athlete and you're homeschooled, you have the ability or you have the right
Yeah.
to play for your whatever your
Homeschool.
home
Yeah.
school
Right.
is.
Right.
So like if
In
my
your
home
area.
school is Carson High School and I'm being homeschooled,
Right.
I can go and play the actual sport
Right.
while I'm being homeschooled.
Yeah. Yeah. I've known a
Mm,
couple of kids who did that in years past for sure.
Right.
that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna give up my confession to this corona virus, this COVID-19. Just the other day, I think it was like last week, Thursday or Friday, I got word a buddy of mine actually got it.
Mm,
Wow.
So it kind of hit hard, hit home pretty hard, and checking on the fam and make sure that they're good and everything like that. And it's just it's crazy when you actually find out somebody that you know has it,
right. Right.
And you're hearing the stories of how bad it really is on them, breathing and stuff like that, and them being in the hospital, and how, and you're seeing these doctors and nurses working 18-hour shifts and everything, which at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to salute every
Right.
single doctor, every single
Please,
Yeah.
nurse,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
that's on the front
yes,
line,
yes,
because
yes.
yeah, working 18 hours, man, like that is
Yeah,
bananas,
Yeah.
yeah.
you
And
know.
then not even just working 18 hours, but in those conditions, like to where you can catch it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you in
yeah.
harm's way,
So,
man.
so
And the other part about that is, so you work an 18-hour shift, right? So how much time do you get off now to rest, to turn around and come back and
Mm,
do another 18-hour shift? They're
right,
not getting,
right.
yeah,
you know what I mean? Are they getting at least 10? Off, and of that 10, if after I don't work 18 hours, I'm probably sleeping 10.
Right,
right.
So
right.
what life do they have?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
What
have
do
to
they get to
find
do?
out. I'm gonna
You
have
know
to
what I mean?
find out. I got a friend of mine. She's a doctor,
Okay.
and she's on the front line, but she only deals with face to face.
Mm,
So if it's not scheduled for her to meet face to face, they'll. I mean, it has to be a real serious
right.
situation for
Right.
her to meet face to face. Otherwise, the other doctors deal and stuff like that. So she's had a couple patients in the last week or so. So maybe I'm gonna say about 20 people in the
Okay.
last 20 in the last week that she had to meet face to face with.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm with you. I'll find out. What
Okay.
mm.
the other nurses and doctors, what they actually, how many hours they get off? Um, is it you get a 24 hours, you get a whole day off,
Right.
and then you
Right.
come
Right.
back for another 18 or so.
Right.
But yeah, man. So buddy of mine, my man Roddy Rod, I'm sending my prayers to him and his family, and I would say anybody else that is being affected by this
Yes.
deadly disease right now. We sending our prayers out to you guys. Real
Definitely.
quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the No Boundaries crew. Just my opinion. I'll be your man, Big Pee Wee. We got Juan Fuego. We got Zaid in the building. And we just kind of going over and we're talking about this COVID-19 situation and what's happening, how it's affecting our family and affecting us on a day-to-day basis and everything like that. Don't forget, share this with your family, your friends, your coworkers, because right about now, everybody at the house trying to figure out, they're getting tired of TV, they're getting
Right.
tired
Yeah.
of, you know what I'm saying? So a nice little podcast of us talking to you ain't
Come
gonna
on,
hurt. So
man.
please
Come on,
share,
man.
please share it with your folks. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, and we're
Anchor.
on Anchor too.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So please share it. Hey, so let me ask Zaid. Let me ask you this: since you've been home on a day to day now, what's new? Like, what's new that's changed the whole atmosphere in the house?
Um, First of all, me being home before 9:30 every night, yo, like for real. So that's one. And on a side note, I hope my wife can't hear me. Uh, I can't tell her that we can wait to do something to the weekend anymore, cause we here. We ain't got
Right.
nowhere to
Right.
go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't even make a joke like, yeah. So I'm gonna take care of it Sunday, baby. Or Saturday.
Nah,
We gotta
nah.
do things, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It ain't no
Yeah,
excuses
man.
now.
None. There's no get to it later. It's like, yeah, we can handle that later. But I will tell you one thing, man. We've we've gotten a lot done,
Good.
which is
Like around
crazy,
the
man.
house.
Around the house, man. My wife had the idea of doing this wall. I'm gonna show y'all the wall. Here go the
Oh
wall
man,
right here.
yeah, dude. I saw the picture. It
You
came
see
out
it
really
behind me?
nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
so I painted it black and then she did the lines by hand. So um
No, for real?
yeah. So we did that, and then we also gonna do our dining room as well. But laundry, like we got a lot of stuff done, a lot of cleaning. Some spring cleaning stuff that probably wouldn't have got done till the winter.
Right.
We getting some, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of things done, and then you find out like I got a gang of clothes, bro. I didn't know I
Right.
had this many clothes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's I know I mentioned this last time. It's scary time. It's a fearful time, maybe for some, or it's a difficult time. But a lot of people are getting a lot of things done at home that they
Yeah.
probably wouldn't get done. You know what I mean? Because you just don't have time.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the truth. You just don't have time. Yeah, man.
So what about you, Juan Fuego? I mean, now you got the wife at the house, you got the kids at the house. So I mean, the atmosphere has to be different. So like, I mean, what's new in the house now that has changed?
Well, today was really the first day that everybody was back in the house and everything. My son was up north visiting some people. So he came home late last night. And today it was kind of just mellow today. Today was the first day that my wife started working from home. Um, so she had to get all of her stuff set up and was going back and forth. She had to go into the job to pick up some stuff early this morning. So at about 1 o'clock, she still wasn't home, right? So when she walked in, I said, "Hey, you work from home now. Hey, you're supposed to be in here from 8 to 5. I want you leaving this house." I was messing with her with that, but it's just good, man. With my daughter living in Texas, and with brother being, away at school and playing sports and all like that, we didn't get any time really together, right? And we're very close knit. Anybody that knows our family, we're a very close knit family. So it's good, man. I'm just happy that everybody's safe. I'm happy that they're all here. And that's the enjoyable part, right? I got to get out here in this garage and did a little cleaning up and getting rid of some of this pack rat stuff.
Hmm.
I told him, I need you to take this stuff to storage tomorrow. So, just trying to make it happen, man. Trying to do the best that I can with the situation that we given.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Hey, Zaid, they
Yes,
say
sir.
don't touch your face, right?
Man, listen, I've been in here washing my hands. It ain't nothing in here. If it's in here, I already got it, brother. I'm just saying, it's too late. Pray for your boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. I went into the school last week because we had to get some stuff done. And me and the teacher, we both wear glasses, and we were like talking about how we always touching our face. You always adjusting something. You know what I mean? Like I got the struggle beard popping, so I'm gonna get rid of this tonight. But I'm itching. You know what I mean? I'm just touching on my face, dog. Yeah, but I'm at the crib. We good.
Hey, it's so funny that you say that. I was holding a joke with somebody the other day and saying, how, you got a lot of folks right now that's saying, man, I can't go get a haircut. I can't go get my nails done, this, that, and the other. But I'm like, man, for us, it's pretty
Yeah,
Oh, we
easy.
good.
We
yeah,
get
Oh, hey,
yeah,
a,
talk to
yeah,
me. Talk to me. This is a normal life. Normal,
right,
baby.
like,
yeah.
we got it. Hey, we don't have to no barber. We don't, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
all good.
hey, for real.
So yeah,
What
I
Uh,
don't
about
know.
you, P?
Did
What
you
about
guys
you?
see? Did you? Yeah, Pee Wee, what's up with you? How are you doing? What's going on with you? Anything happening since you've been home?
so the funny thing is, I'm not actually at home. I still have to go in to work.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, so I would say on my end, it's been very interesting because our company, if some of you guys don't know, I work for iHeart
Okay.
from a company called Premier Networks that deals with a lot of syndication radio, uh, uh, deals with syndication radio.
Okay.
And so, um, there's pretty much a skeleton crew in there. It's
Okay.
only, I mean, I would say at most that's in the office, no more than 5 to 6 people. That's it.
Okay.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody else is all the salespeople, all the office folks, all home. Everybody's working from home.
Okay.
We're the only ones that are pretty much in the studio dealing with the shows and stuff like that. And then most of the shows, they are via home also.
Okay.
A lot of them are doing exactly what we're doing on Zoom, or they're on the thing that's called Comrex, which
Okay.
is it deals with strictly just the audio portion of it. And, you can send audio back and forth fairly easy. without it. And Comrex is over internet.
Okay.
So it doesn't, you got to have a high, I guess, internet stream to
Right.
use it.
Right.
And so literally they do their show. They send it to us. We send it out to all their affiliates. And again, like I don't even see anybody. I
Right.
come I literally get on the freeway, which I'm so happy for. There's no traffic.
Man.
All right.
I get to the office. I come up the elevator, and normally, there's somebody on the elevator. Nobody on the elevator.
Right.
Walk in, go into my studio. After that, I don't see anybody. I don't deal with anybody, which is great. So, still at the end of the day, we got to, like you, Z, Juan, still got to wash your hands. And the company, and the one thing I love about this is that the company is taking this situation extremely serious.
Right.
And they actually turned around, and every studio has wipes, hand sanitizer in them. And this past weekend, they had a company come in and sterilize the whole entire 4 floors.
Okay.
All
Wow.
4 floors, sterilize everything in the office. So again, I'm real grateful for the company really taking this type of situation extremely serious. So, but for me, it's my hardest thing is since the girls are at home, my girls are at home, is helping them with their homework.
You still
A
carry
lot
the
of
one.
stuff is, yeah. So a lot of them, you understand, they are online. So it's easy for me to help them out online. Instead of because like the baby, she has a packet and she still has to write and do stuff.
Right.
I got to wait until I get home to help her with that.
Okay.
But the stuff that's on the computer, I can help her with because I can be on the phone and she can explain it to me and everything like that. So,
Right. Good.
yeah.
Question.
One thing that I did want to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Juan.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, how did like I'm always questioning or whatever, asking how people get this virus. Like I know touching hands or whatever, but not to put your boy business out there. But did he ever mention how he got it or how he could have got it?
So, I don't want to throw anybody underneath the bus.
Right.
But he worked for a company, and in that company, somebody came to work sick, and that's how he got it. But I will say also at the same exact time at this company, the ventilation system in the building is not good at all.
Okay.
On top of, like I was saying, like with my company, they were taking it very serious that they sterilized all 4 floors. I couldn't even tell you the last time that this company even did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at cubicles that's at this company that has not been cleaned in years.
Wow.
So you got germs sitting on top of germs on top of germs up in there. And the cubicles that are in there are, I mean, like years on top of years old, where it's still cloth, like the cubicles, and it's cloth.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you know that cloth sucks in all kind of dirt and dust and stuff like that.
Right.
Man, if you walk past and accidentally hit it, all that dust flies out.
Oh
And hell in that. So, but yeah, he actually got it from someone that was in the office that just thought that them being sick was okay, and coming in, talking to everybody, touching everything. And, at some point, someone else in the office got it. Then that person gave it to somebody at home. And then you find out my boy.
Now we are talking about they not just sick. They got
they
corona.
had it. Yeah.
Wow.
But it starts off people. You start off because it's kind of like a flu. You start
Yeah.
off, you kind of get the tingle, you're not for
Yeah.
sure, and everybody is different. Like I
Right.
don't know if you've noticed, like some folks that actually test positive for it are sitting at the house chilling.
Right.
Like they
Right. You don't
really
have.
don't have
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Right.
major
Right.
symptoms.
Right.
So everybody's kind of different, and
Right.
so like the person that came to work was sick, but wasn't sick enough
Right.
that it
Mm,
made that person stay home.
right.
But when they passed it off to the next person, that person was, I mean, man, damn sick,
Right.
Mm,
Right.
right.
you know. And then I guess when it finally got to my man, it was like he had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Damn.
The others
Yeah.
didn't have to go to the hospital, but he did.
Right.
So I know from what they say that if somebody's sick, they cough, they sneeze, they touch their hand, and they touch a surface or something like that, the germ lives on the surface for a certain amount of time.
Right. Right.
Right.
Um, Even if, like, saying for like an elevator, or if you're walking and somebody sneezes and you walk through that sneeze, you
Mm.
can get it. That's why they're very big on telling people, with the dap and the elbow dap instead of shaking hands anymore because of the touch. And
Right.
then, touch and hands, or you touch a surface and then, it's on the surface. And then you come back and you touch the same surface. And then at some point you finally touch your hands or something like that.
Right.
But not even that, right? They tell you to sneeze in your elbow and all of that stuff, right? So let's say I sneeze in my elbow, not knowing. Let's say I'm asymptomatic, and I sneeze in my elbow, and let's say you walking by and brush up against me and my clothes, right?
Yep.
Not even knowing.
It lives
You
on
can
your
get it
clothes
that way.
too.
Yeah, I saw
Right.
something also that said, could you have had, could you have contracted the virus before the pandemic, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So like, let's say, because I was sick at one point, dude, I was in the bed like, man, I was hit hard. I just figured I had the flu. Did I have COVID-19?
Juan Fagan.
Right.
Juan Fagan. I told you the same thing, bro. Like this was what the end of January, early February.
Yeah.
I don't go to the doctor, dog. Like
Right.
I take my medicine, I do what I do, and dude. I was down for 2 days, couldn't
Yeah.
eat, couldn't hold nothing down. Went to the doctor, and that's what I was saying. I saw one of the doctors came on and was like, for a lot of people that had been sick and you were really sick at that time, they might have just said it was the flu because they didn't know
Right.
at the time.
Right.
They
Right.
didn't know.
So I was hoping, look, I hope I had it, so it's gone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's the chicken pox. I don't want to get it again. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Well, they say if you have it and you get through it, you can't get it again.
Mm,
You
Because your
can't.
immune system now has
Yeah.
adjusted to it.
Yeah.
right.
What
Yeah.
about?
Hey,
Did you
once
guys?
again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in. This is the No Boundaries crew, just my opinion. You got your man Big Pee Wee, Juan Fuego, Zaid in the building.
You.
Don't forget, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Please spread the word. Let everybody know that this podcast is on and popping. We're just jumping on right now, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell if you're watching this via Instagram right now, you see that
Right.
we are via at home somewhere, but we're still doing the show. We're still spreading the word
Yes, sir.
and talking to you guys and just really just trying to, just hold combo, see what's going on because some of you guys may be going through the same stuff that we're going through right now, being at the house. So we just talking to y'all, and don't forget, hit up our Instagram page at no boundaries _JMO. No boundaries _JMO on IG. Hit us up. Spread the word. Let us know. Hey, so Juan, let me
Yo.
ask you this.
Yeah.
Um, Now that the whole family's at the house,
Hmm.
what things have you guys done as a family? Have you guys done anything as a family yet? Like having dinner together, cooking together, watching a movie together, playing games together, anything?
We haven't done anything like that just as of yet. We made some tacos last night, and we all ate tacos last night. And I know Kim mentioned this more earlier today. She was like, "Oh, are we gonna play some Uno tonight?" But I was cleaning up stuff, man, and the Uno cards was all over everywhere. And I was like, "How you gonna play Uno with all the cards everywhere?" So I was just a little frustrated at the time. But yeah, we'll probably sit down and just you know play some games, some and do some things like that. Spend a little quality time and everything like that. I know that my daughter is studying for some certification test that she needs to take, so she's spending a lot of time doing that. Um, but other than that, man, yeah, we'll sit down and get into some conversations and just talk about what's going on with each other and what's happening in their lives and just have some discussion, and just talk. Every
Yeah,
now and then we'll all jump on Facebook. I mean, on FaceTime, and we'll be on there for a good hour and a half just conversating. You know what I mean? So we'll probably sit down with each other and just have a conversation, man.
that's what's up. What about you, Z? I mean, you've been at home, with the girls and the wife
No.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what have you guys done that? Like, have you guys had like a movie night and when I say like a movie night, like you go like as if you go into the movies, like all out. You make the popcorn, and everything. Have you guys done any of that yet?
He just sent a message saying that his iPad ain't charging or whatever. He might end up dropping off.
Oh, okay.
So
So
I think I don't know what's going on with him right now. But listen,
okay.
a quick question. This is something that I wanted to ask you. Did you see the video of the people having that party and the police had to come and disperse them?
Yes. And so there was two of them that
Okay.
popped off. There
Okay.
was one that was a black one, and then there was a white one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it was a. Uh, I saw the black one. I didn't see the white one, but I heard about the white one via Baller Alert.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, so Baller Alert. But I think the black one. Nobody was arrested, if I'm not mistaken, but they did break it up. I mean, you know what? I'll be honest. I mean, come on, you guys. This is where I kind of feel like you're not taking this whole entire thing serious.
exactly.
You got hundreds of people at a birthday party, and you guys are just among each other talking and just a close contact, knowing that this deadly disease is out here, and you get mad when the police come and they break it up
Yeah.
because literally right now it is the governor is putting it into law to say no more than 10 people.
Right. 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 And you saw, I don't know where it was, but that pastor who had that mega church, who had church again this past Sunday, they put a warrant out for him.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. I mean, it's like, how do you not consider everybody else? You know what I mean? Why would you open? I get it, that you want to have church service and all like that. I get it. But with this and the way that it's contracted by being, near people, you don't know who has it. You don't know who's asymptomatic and can pass it on. So you have all these thousands of people in this mega church who came to church to worship God and everything. How many of those people gonna end up being positive for this virus?
right,
You know what I mean?
right. And
It
and I'm with you because I mean you don't know where this person was before they got to church and who they
right.
were in contact with, and yeah, you are putting somebody at risk. And I think it's unfortunate for a pastor that's leading a church that is not concerned with his congregation. Like that's not cool. And I think
Yeah.
that's the reason why like these restaurants have shut down because again, if you are open and you get caught, like that's a major fine.
Right. Right.
They look major fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I meant to send you guys, or did I send you guys? Did you see the video of the dog on the bed talking?
I saw it, but I didn't listen to it. I saw that you had sent it, but I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
Man, when I tell you, Juan, I'm gonna have to post it. I'm gonna have to send it to Tata, so she can put it on the IG.
Okay.
It is the most funniest. This dog is like, man, what the hell is going on here? Why are you guys at the house? You guys are messing up my sleep time, my
Wow.
run around time.
Right.
Like
Right.
the dog is like just, oh my god, it's the most funniest thing in the world, man.
I'm gonna
But
check it out.
yeah, I'm
I'm gonna check it
yeah,
out.
we gotta have to post it so everybody else can see it too.
Yeah.
Um, what's the most interesting thing has caught your eye, or caught your ear about everything that's going on with this COVID-19?
Um. The Orange Man and
That was mine. I
his
swear that was mine.
the Orange Man and his disregard, right? I saw a report today that said that he sent over thousands of masks to China when this first came out. And it's like, dude, okay, well, what about us?
Right.
It just don't make sense. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And then to everything, well, it's Obama's fault. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. It's just don't.
I mean, that's the scapegoat. I mean, that's his go-to. I
Yeah.
mean, the dude has major talking points, man. And I promise you, Juan, that was gonna be mine too.
I saw another report today. Now, let me tell you how crazy this is. I saw another report today that said 15% of Bernie Sanders followers, if Joe Biden is the nominee for the Democrats, they're going to vote for Trump. Yes. Now, what kind of sense does that make?
Not at all.
It just don't make no sense at all. So I don't know, man. This world is crazy. It's crazy. Like I don't get what people. I don't know what they be thinking sometimes. I don't know what I don't get the rationale.
Hey, and I'm
Me
back.
either.
I'm back, by the way.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
back. My bad.
Glad to have you back, brother.
My baby's using the iPad. That thing died on me. But yeah, like, and how could you watch this guy work and not think, or watch him work and think that it's okay?
Right.
Like, just recently there was two videos that really, well, actually three. I'm gonna say there was three videos that I saw with Donald Trump that really was like, man, like you really see where this world is. Um, excuse me. I posted it on my social media on my story, and the story read off of saying, through this COVID-19, how many of you guys feel it was 60% of people felt that Donald Trump was handling this COVID-19 situation
Right.
in a positive way.
Right.
So I put it on my story, was like, hey, how many of you guys feel the same exact way?
Right.
Right.
And I think I had like 10 people say yes. They feel that he was
Wow.
handling this COVID-19 situation just fine. So that was number one. Number two is when he does these press conferences every single day,
Oh
he
God.
seems like a person that um, that does not study for the test and just
At
shows
all.
up. Yeah, it just
Yes.
shows up and just starts marking anything on the test and says, I passed it.
Yeah.
And then the
But you
world
know,
is like, you did not pass. Like
no,
you
you know what's
failed.
funny? I always say when he reads what they wrote for him, he's fine. But you could tell when he goes off script and it
Oh,
makes
big time.
no sense. He's trying to sound, I guess, educated and smart, and it's not working, bro. Just stick to what they wrote,
And
and you'll be fine. So this will lead, so he doesn't have to go, oh well, I don't know. Let's talk to Juan. I think Juan has that answer. Like,
And
but
he's
that's what it ain't
very
about.
big on passing the buck.
yeah.
Oh man, like hey, yeah. So and that's my third one is when the reporters ask him a question, and I don't know if you guys seen these also. There was one reporter that said, "Hey, with everything going on, is there anything that you want to tell the public to kind of put them at ease and everything like that, just give them confidence. He spazzed out on dude. Like, you're a worse
Wow.
reporter and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other, and
Oh,
da da da
oh
da.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, dude,
He told one
and
girl, "You're fake news. Nobody
right, he
watches
just
you."
did it the other
Yeah, yeah,
day.
yeah.
And
He
but
Wow.
those are, I mean, for me, it's kind of like, man, like, what are we doing? Like, dude, like, you are the absolute worst.
yeah,
You are horrible.
yeah. It's crazy, and then you still have people that are backing him and are supporting him.
Love him,
On
love
on
him.
top of all of that, it's like,
I mean, that's the most, to me, I ain't even gonna lie. That is the most amazing thing um, that I can comprehend, man. That
Right. And I
you
and I hate to
see,
go ahead, P. I'm
I
sorry.
was just gonna, you just see, like I was telling somebody the other day, if you have a good head on your shoulders, if you got good common sense, you got a good head on your shoulders, you can figure out that this guy is way over his head. He
yeah,
does not
Yeah,
know what the heck he
yeah,
is doing.
yeah. And
And
yeah,
and like you said, you have these people that is like, he is doing the best job. Like, he is awesome. And
Well,
it's
I
like,
think, I think that they're doing that for two reasons. They didn't want Obama in there, and they don't want a
right,
female in there. So anything is better than them. So they're gonna stick to their guns. And I think if you really ask them personally, like, what do you really think? They would probably tell you the truth, like, nah. But they got to stick to what stick to what they've been talking about all this time. Like, how are you talking about social distancing, and every time you up there, it's like 8 of y'all up there, and y'all right next to each other. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
Like,
you
we could
got
do
the
that.
reporters, but the
Yeah,
reporters are
but
separate.
you got the reporter separate. So that's foolish in one. Then two, you up there talking, and them dudes be looking straight face, and they know that they gonna come right behind you and say what you said was a complete lie. Or,
Right.
well, the president wanted to say this, but and they always say he did it, and he not doing it. You're picking up his mess. You're fixing things for him like you should. And every time he talking, you just thinking, okay, I gotta change that. We gotta say this ain't true. We gotta. How can I say that we don't have all this
right.
up to date and it's not a pandemic? Or I knew it was a pandemic. Like, if you don't knock it off, I'm seeing these timelines of everything, and people. I love when people do that. They put the timelines of all this stuff this dude said, and he just be lying, man,
He be flip flopping, man. It's just like,
all the
man, like,
time.
get it together. Hey, did you see the one where the
Yeah,
doctor was standing behind him
Yes,
and was trying to
yes,
hold his laugh?
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he
That's
also
what I'm
came out
saying.
and he was like, they said, how would you rate yourself on how you're handling this pandemic? Oh, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I think I'm doing a great job. I'm doing an
Oh my
excellent job.
god.
Everything is a
Oh
okay.
my
I'm
god.
like, this dude
Yeah,
right here, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
And he always spin it to make it seem like it's him. My administration, the best thing ever. This
Yeah,
is the best ever. We're handling this the best. I mean, multiple people are dying, bro.
Right.
Like, it's a lot of people dying left and right. And I'm not saying that that's your fault, but stop trying to make it like you got things under control. It's just not. And it's okay. It's okay to say that this is bigger than a lot of what you expected. It's okay. I think we would respect that more than hearing this, like the fairy tale of everything is going to be okay.
right.
But I mean, that's what, the so-called American public wants to feel like the commander in chief is in charge and he has everything handled. And
Mm,
but I feel like we're in a different time now with so much going on. You have social media, it's the internet. Things, it's a situation where it's like you said, Z, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, you
right.
want to sit up here and be like, no, we'll be back open by Easter.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
man, like,
yeah, yeah.
calm down.
Bro.
Just
And then the next day they changed it. Nah, it's April 30th, bro. Like,
right.
are you talking to your people, or are you just saying stuff and then they gotta like, that's what I'm saying. Read what they wrote you and we'll be straight.
I mean, even when it first jumped off and he had the press conference at the CDC, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna have tests for everybody. Everybody's gonna get a test and this, that, and the other. And then a few hours later, what's his name? Pence did a press conference, and Pence was like, "No, we're not gonna have it for everybody." And you're like, "Dude,
The
are you
president just
talking
said it
to
Right, right.
like?"
Yeah, yeah,
We're not on the same page. He just comes out and just says whatever he thinks should come out at that time. What if I say this? They're going to think that I'm great.
right,
You know,
right.
I even heard him saying something about yeah, if these Democratic governors don't start treating me better, I'm not going to give them the help they need for their states. Like,
Like who says that? Like,
yeah,
and then Juan, it's always um he always talking about a victory, like a win. Like this is not a game.
no,
Like I think
Right,
that that's the part it's always will come out victorious. It's not about being victorious, dude. Let's get this under control. Let's find a vaccine or whatever, even though I probably won't take it. But let's find something to help these people that are sick right now. Like
right,
who are you winning? There's not
right.
a you're not fighting anybody, bro. Like if
right,
we were fighting somebody, let's go fight them. This is a disease that's a virus that's spreading. Like there's no win or we're gonna be victorious. Like miss me with all that, bro.
And he keeps saying that it's a China virus. It's a China
Yeah, yeah,
virus.
yeah, yeah.
And the lady asked him, well, why are you saying it's a China virus? And well, that's where it originated from. So it's their virus. It's
Yeah,
them.
it's their virus.
Oh, come on, man. I don't know what's wrong with this dude.
it's amazing, man, that when you really look at it and you watch the news, and they're saying like his approval rate is, I mean, it's staying steady, and it's interesting that if it's staying steady, how many people out there that truly have the same views as this guy? It's scary.
Right.
That is so
Yeah.
scary.
You know what though? You know what I really don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff talking about approval ratings and all of that because they're gonna take the numbers that make it look good for whomever they want it to look good for. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I got 100 people and I poll those 100 people and 45% of them say, he's doing a terrible job, well, I'm not going to use that data. I'm going to go give me
Right.
another 100, to fit my
Right.
agenda.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But it's interesting too. Was it last week? His partners over at Fox News threw him underneath
Yeah.
the
Listen.
bus.
Yeah. It's only I could
And-
only have your back so much, bro. You putting yourself in danger, bro. Like you leading me to the fight. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like if somebody
right,
run up on us, cool, but you out here talking crazy.
And then
right,
he
right.
thinks stuff is funny because was it did the lady sneeze or she said she did something and
Yeah.
he was like, oh no, I got no, I can't be
Yeah.
around you. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, that's not like, it's not cool,
While
bro.
somebody in the hospital and they family can't go see them.
Right.
And you
Right.
laughing. Like, you know what I mean? But like I said, they telling us one thing, but in your conferences, it's 8 of y'all up there chilling,
Right.
shoulder to shoulder, but you telling the public to have
6
social
feet
distancing,
away.
bro.
How
Come
about
on,
this
my
Yeah.
though?
dude.
How about this? How about all of these senators and congressmen or whatever who are voting for no sick pay, but they taking sick pay
Wow.
right now?
Right, right. Or how about, and I don't know how, but like McDonald's, I heard they're not doing it. Like not giving their people sick pay or they don't get paid for sick leave. I'm like, and y'all making billions, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billions. And
That's
now, and I'm sure it's
crazy.
franchise. I know McDonald's is franchise, so it might be every place is different.
Right.
But for the most part, dude, y'all making billions of dollars, man, and you're not taking care of these people, man.
And that's
Crazy.
a sad piece, man, how greed is affecting this world. Like that is the
Mm,
most craziest thing. People are out here just trying to survive and live and take care of their family. And
right,
these greedy folks is like, nope, I gotta worry about me.
Yeah.
right. Let's talk about this stimulus though, because everybody's pumped up about the 1,200, but it's like 1,200 might be your rent.
Listen,
You know
but
what I mean?
you know what
And
the
I'm sure it's
breakdown
gonna
you know
come.
what the breakdown of that 1,200 is though, right?
It was like something about like
It was like minimum wage
minimum
times
wage,
40
yeah,
times 4
40.
give you about
Right.
1160, so they rounded it up to 1,200.
Yeah, bro.
So that's a minimum wage person per month making $1,200. Who can live off of that, man?
Who can live off that?
Who can live
That's
off of that?
crazy. That's crazy, man.
And then you just get a one-time, dude. Canada giving their people $2,000 a month.
Every month. Every month. That lets you know
Hold
how we
up,
the
time out,
richest.
time out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Hold
You heard it.
up, time
You heard
out.
him.
Yeah.
You heard him.
Hey,
You heard
what?
him.
They getting
Yeah.
$2,000 a month.
Yeah. For as
And
long
you
as it's
know
going.
they got universal health care, so they don't have to pay
Yeah,
for nothing
Come on, man.
so
And
hold
we
up,
gonna
they
break
get
you off.
2,000 for what? Just
because of
money,
this.
like
Yeah, because of this
Yeah.
virus.
Because people can't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, dog. This is what I'm
You know, the
saying,
laws are
man.
real different in Canada. I had an office that I managed in Canada, and you can't fire people in Canada. You have to like put what they call, you put them on the bench. So if they're not performing the way that they need to perform or whatever, they go to the bench, bro. They don't work, but they still get paid.
No way.
wow.
Yeah.
No way.
You
Wow.
can't just insubordination on it. You can't just fire people in Canada.
Well, I know. I wanted to move to Canada when I heard about the universal health care. I was like,
Bro.
that's dope. That's
And
dope.
it makes you ask yourself, how is it these other
The richest
countries
country. Come on,
can
bro.
do that,
Talk to him, Juan Fagan.
but we
Talk to
can't
him,
do it
Juan.
here?
And we the richest country ever.
The ticket that I
Corporate
got,
greed.
to go to Houston, I paid $40 for both tickets. You mean to tell me you can fly 8 people in that plane, right? $40 a piece.
Right. Right.
But when there is no pandemic, that flight is probably over $200.
Right.
Easy money. So
But
something
I
ain't
mean,
right.
it's corporate. This is corporate greed. This is all it is. Just corporate greed.
It don't make no sense. Gas is cheap as it's been in the last 6 years.
And ain't
Man,
nobody driving.
I went to Costco. Right. Ain't nobody driving. I went to Costco today. Gas was $2.50. No, $2.49.
Bro, let me slap you with it. We was in
Oh
Texas.
man.
The lowest I saw there was $1.49.
Man.
So Juan, my best friend sent me. I didn't post it because I was like, people could be mad. Kentucky was 99 cents.
And so it makes you ask yourself, how is it that your gas is able to be 99 cents, $1.50, and I'm paying damn near $3 a gallon?
$3.
You know what I mean? I get that the oil refineries and stuff and are in the Gulf and they're close to you. They don't have to travel that far, but that's a whole lot of inflation or whatever it is that you putting on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just don't make sense, man. It don't make sense.
I mean,
I don't know if I mentioned this the last time. Do you know in Oregon, car registration every 2 years, doesn't matter what kind of car you got, is $125.
Yeah, here it change
$125,
every time.
bro.
It's they hit you with the smog. They hit you with the all this stuff. It's like, bro, like somebody getting over, bro.
Yeah.
Big
It ain't
time.
me.
I mean,
It ain't us.
I mean, and again, it is the corporate greed that every dollar. I mean, they trying to suck in every dollar like a vacuum cleaner. In every way they can, like you said, registration, smog. I mean, even if you look at, they were talking about like tickets that you get and how they divide up how the money where these tickets go to. And I know like one of them was, to repair the roads. And then every time you look around, there's a pothole everywhere.
Yeah.
Pothole, but nothing gets done. Then you ask yourself, like, where is this money going? A buddy of mine who works for the city, half of these folks that department heads are getting bonus after bonus after bonus. And you like, how are you guys getting these bonuses? But things are not like getting done.
No, not at all.
Like, it's crazy, man. But hey, y'all, once again, we want to thank y'all for rocking with the No Boundaries crew.
Yes, sir.
My man, Big Pee Wee here.
It's your,
It's your boy.
yeah, it's your
Juan
boy.
Fuego, Zaid, Deacon Zaid,
Peace.
man. We want to
Peace.
thank y'all, man, for real, for tuning in to the No Boundaries podcast. We're going to hit you guys with another one next week. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. Hey, Juan, this is episode, which one again?
This season 2, episode 10.
All right, there it is, man.
I
So we
like
rocking
it.
and rolling.
Yes, sir.
Before we get out of here, Juan Fuego, any last word?
Let me leave y'all with this little tidbit.
Okay, then hold on, Juan.
I
Hold
love
on,
it. I
Juan.
love it.
Okay.
I love
Hold
it.
on, Juan. Let Zaid go first then so you can close it out.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
man, I would just say peace to everybody, man, and stay safe. I pray that you are protecting yourself and your family the best you can. Even if you have to go out to the stores, just protect yourself. Go out, come home, man. Let's be safe. For those who have it, dealing with it, man, we praying for you. I pray that there's a cure, and if they got it, they give it out.
Yeah.
And that we just, that this ends real fast and soon, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. All right, young Juan Fuego.
All right.
Take us home, Elder.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Think about that.
I like it.
Right.
I like
Yeah,
it.
man. And I would say during this time, I have seen a lot of folks being extremely nice to folks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Looking out for the older folks
Yeah.
because they can't go out and stuff like that, and helping them out and assisting them. So I'm with you, Juan. I've seen a lot of nice folks, helping out.
They talking to me,
Juan
man.
got company.
Yeah, they
You
coming
look-
here talking to me. Y'all want to come say hi?
Oh man. What up, Kim?
What up, Kimmy Kim? All right, let's get out of here because Juan looks like Juan.
What up?
What was that?
That's brother.
That's brother.
Oh, look like Juan got to do some work around the house now. They didn't call him. You know what I'm
Jalen.
saying? Hey now.
And we got the newest edition.
Oh God. Oh, I ain't coming over. I can't come over, dog.
Yeah. Little Row. Get out of here. All right, good people.
All right, man. We want to thank y'all for rocking with the No Boundaries crew. Don't
doubt.
forget, follow us on IG. You know what it is, Zaid?
No boundaries _ JMO. Ha, put me on the spot. Bow. Talk to me nice.
Yeah. And then Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. You can follow us. Spread the word. Send the link to your family and friends, your coworkers. Let them check out the podcast, man. We want to thank y'all once again. Your man, Big Pee Wee, Juan Fuego, Zaid, No Boundaries crew. We gone.
Peace.
Take care.